All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakak Kodash, Brakathum. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the rule well, and a salute and a Shalom to all the Akim that are out there every pushing this truth in all sincerity and in truth. This lesson is going to be titled, The Bride Hath Made Herself Ready. All right? The bride hath made herself ready. Taken from the book of Revelation. Taken from Revelation 19:7. Now the bride is the elect of the nation of Israel. Let's see, 19. All right, it says, let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready. All right? Now, I went to ChatGPT, but first, let's get this. Let's see. Let's see. This is the AI overview on Google. The bride hath made herself ready. Revelation 19:7 signifies the church as a unified body of believers. Consciously preparing for union with. I'm not gonna get that. I don't like the way that's worded. I don't like the way that's worded at all. But on ChatGPT, okay, the bride has made herself ready is a line from the Bible, specifically the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 7. Man, because remember Esther, before she came to King Xerxes, right? She had to prepare herself, right? Because the hold on, let me see if I could. Hold on. Esther. All right, this is Esther 2:8. It says, so it came to pass when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, when many maidens were gathered together unto Shushan the palace, to the custody of Hegai. That Esther was brought also unto the king's house, to the custody of Hegai, keeper of the women. All right, man. Now, Hegai, the keeper of the women, right, basically made sure that the women were You know, that the women that they knew and understood what the king wanted, what pleased them. See, man, they made sure that, all right, man, he got made sure that the women were made known of what the king required of them, right? And what pleased the king, right? And what he expected from them, right? Like how the king wanted them, like how the king wanted his wife to walk, you know, to talk, how the king wanted his wife to what? To dress, to carry herself. Right, man. Now, the elect, right? Now, say what? Forget not the law of thy mother, right? What's that? Forget not the law of thy mother. All right, this is Proverbs 4:1. Hear ye children the instruction of a father, and attend to no understanding. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law. For I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. See? Now, who is our mother? Wisdom is our mother. Right? Let me get it. Say, forget. Yep. Proverbs 1. Yep, Proverbs 1:8. It says, my son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forget not the law of thy mother. So our mother is wisdom. Our mother is Sophia, man. See? It says what call understand. It says what call understanding thy kinswoman. See, man? So the elect have been brought up in the ways of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right, men have been brought up in the ways of Yahweh Shema Shah. And the elect know what Yahweh Shah requires of them. See? Right? The elect knows what pleases Yahweh Shah. They say what? Have espoused you to one husband. See? Have espoused you to one husband. All right. It says, I have espoused you to one husband. Present you as what? A chaste virgin. As a chaste virgin. Hold on. Is that 1 Corinthians? I think that's 1 Corinthians. Hold on. Let me see. No. 2 Corinthians 11. All right. It says, for I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you. It says, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach. Right? It says, for in the NLT it says, for I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. It says, for I am jealous over you with the jealousy of God himself. I promised you as a bride to one husband, Hamashiach, right? Because remember, in the book of John 17, let's see, it says, for they are, it says, thine they were, and thou gavest me them, and thou gavest them me. Let's see. It says, thine they were. I know it say that. John 17 and 6. Yep, it says, this is John 17 and 6. I have manifested thy name unto the men that thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me. They have kept thy word. It says, I have revealed you to the ones you gave me from this world. They were always yours. You gave them to me, and they have kept your word. Right, man? So we've been promised to Yahweh Shai. Right, man? So since we were promised to Yahweh Shai, we must do what pleases him. And that's what, man? Staying faithful, man. Staying what, man? Pure. Staying pure. Hold on. Hold on. I know I'm probably all over the place, but hey. It says, for I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. But I fear, at least by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach. Right, man? So we must stay, what, man? So we must stay pure. Okay? It say what? It says, for they are virgins. Proverbs, like Revelation 14 and 4, it says 144, look at that. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, these are they which were not defiled with women, right, with these other philosophies, these other doctrines. For they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and to the Lamb, right? It says, they have kept themselves as pure virgins, following the Lamb wherever he goes. Right, man? So the elect of the nation of Israel are pure. See, the elect will make sure they do what is well pleasing unto Yahweh Shai. Because the elect has been given to Yahweh Shai. They were promised to Yahweh Shai. They were promised to him. Right? So that the hopeful, all right, man. So the hopeful elect will make sure that they do everything that is well pleasing unto Yahweh Shai. All right, man. Plus, in the ancient world, man, the hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. A bride preparing herself. Let's see what comes up. Okay. In ancient times, a bride, it says in ancient times, a bride's preparation was a lengthy, ritualistic process symbolizing purification, transition, and beauty. It says often involving ritual baths, right, man, such as soaking in oils, right? We've soaked in oils, man. What's the oils? This truth, man. This knowledge. It says, yep. It says often involving ritual baths, Mikiva, in the Ish tradition, sacred springs in Rome and Greece to ensure spiritual readiness. Right, man, spiritual readiness to do what, man? To be joined unto her husband. It says preparations included monthly. It says a spiritual the preparations included months of beauty treatments with oils, spices, and perfumes, such as the 12-month regimen described in Esther. See? See? Says, and the maiden pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him, and he speedily gave her things for purification, with such things as belonged to her, and 7 maidens, which were meant to be given her out of the king's house. All right, man, and we've been given those same things, man. That's this truth, man. That's this knowledge, man. All right, man. Plus the Ruach HaKodesh. That was the first thing that was given to us, man, was the Ruach HaKodesh. Right, man? Out of the king's house. Because remember, man, Yahweh Shah said what? I will not leave you comfortless. See? So it said what? It says what? For I will give you another comforter. That's the Ruach HaKodesh, man. It say, he preferred her and her maids unto the best place of the house of the women. See? Say, well, let thy garments always be white. Ecclesiastes 9 and 8. It says, let thy garments always be white, and thy head lack no ointment. See? Right, man? And keeping the garments white means what, man? Means you stay in this truth, man. You stay in this knowledge, man. And you keep the faith. Hold on. Now, let's go back. What's that? Right? It say, my son, hear the instruction of a father and attend to no understanding. Because it says, my son, hear the instruction of thy father and forsake not the law of thy mother. All right, man? So in the ancient world, man, the mother of a young woman would raise her daughter up, right, to be the best wife for her future husband. How did mothers prepare their daughters for marriage? Let's see. Come on, man. Really? This is ridiculous, man. Okay. Let's ask chat. Okay. This is I typed in the ancient world, how did mothers prepare their daughters for marriage? It says, in the ancient world, especially in places like ancient Israel, ancient Greece, and ancient Rome, a mother's role in preparing her daughter for marriage was deeply practical, cultural, and moral. It wasn't just about a wedding day. It was about shaping a woman for her future husband and social role. Mothers trained their daughters in everything needed to run a home, right? Basically, cooking and food preparation, right? Weaving and sewing and making clothing. Cleaning and making servants. The concept says cleaning and managing servants in wealthier homes, right? It says this, moral and character formation. This was often seen as even more important than skills. Modesty, right, and self-control, respect for husband and elders, patience and endurance, faithfulness. Let thy garments, all right, let thy garments always be white. See, patience, endurance. See, say what? Endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai. Right? Patience, right? In your patience possess ye your souls. Says number 3, marriage expectations and roles. Mothers explain what married life would actually involve. The husband's authority in the household. Yahweh Shah is our head. Expectations of loyalty and obedience, responsibilities as a wife and future mother, right? Managing relationships with in-laws. See this. Sexual modesty and fertility awareness, right? Preserving virginity before marriage. Say what? That the elect are as pure as virgins. See? So the elect are spiritual virgins, man. Because they are sticking to their husbands, what, man? They are sticking to because they are sticking to their husbands a philosophy, man. They're sticking to their husband's doctrine. And what's that, man? This truth. The proper understanding of this knowledge, man. The proper understanding of these scriptures. Let's see. Preparation of garments, sometimes handmade. Attention to grooming and appearance. See, man. Right? Connecting back to your phrase, when you hear the bride had made herself ready, people in the ancient world would immediately think she has been trained. She is mature in what? Character. She is prepared for responsibility. She is fit for covenant life. The elect are getting fit for covenant life, for marriage life, man. The marriage supper of the Lamb. Come on, man. It says not just emotionally ready, but fully formed and equipped. See? That's why it says what, man? Don't neglect your mother's instructions. Don't neglect your mother's instructions, man. See? Wow. All right, man, because remember, Proverbs 31. Say what? Who can find a worthy woman, right? Who can find a virtuous woman? The virtuous woman is who, man? The elect of the nation of Israel. It says, who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband does safely trust in her. It says, so that he shall have no need of spoil. Right? It says her husband can trust her. She will greatly enrich his life. Right, man? So our Lord Yahweh Shai, he fully trusts the elect because the elect are trustworthy. The elect are faithful, man. Say what? It says what? And they follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. Right? Say what? She brings him good and not harm all the days of her life. She finds wool and flax and busily spins it, right? Doing what, man? Doing what makes her husband happy, man. Doing what pleases her husband, man. Making sure the household is being taken care of, man. She is like a merchant ship, bringing her food from afar. She gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for her household and plan the day's work for her servant girls, right? She goes to inspect a field and buys it. With her earnings, she plants a vineyard. Says what? She is energetic and strong, a hard worker. The elect are energetic and strong and hard working, man. Say what? Serve Yahweh Shemasha enthusiastically. Boy, man, I'm getting edified myself. It say, this is Romans 12 and 11. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving Yahweh Shemasha. See? It says, never be lazy, but work hard and serve Yahweh Shemasha enthusiastically. Let's see. It says, she is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. It says, strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in the time to come. It say what? In that day my servant shall eat. In that day my servant shall drink. In that day my servant shall what? Rejoice. Come on, man. Wow. Wow. See, man? It say what? It says her. It says her. It says her. The children stand and bless her. Her husband praises her, right? Jake, what is Yahweh Shai going to do with the elect? Will crown the elect. Jake, Yahweh Shai is going to crown the elect. Wow. Wow. Let's see. Praise it, right? Let's see. 1984. To shine, right? To be. Oh. It says, what's that? To be praised, be made praiseworthy. The elect will be crowned by their husband, Yahweh Shai. Being commended, be worthy of praise. Come on, man. Wow, man. Say what, man? Renowned. Man, so the elect will shine and the elect will be the renowned. Renowned. Let me get that. Renowned. Renowned meaning. Renowned is an objective meaning. Renowned is an adjective meaning widely honored, celebrated, or famous. The elect will be famous. The elect will be honored. Say what? And I commended them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shemal Shah, right? typically for a positive quality or achievement. See, man? So all right, man. So the bride, aka the elect, have made herself ready, man. It says it's all right, man. So it's gonna be titled, "The Bride Has Made Herself Ready," man. The bride / the elect hath made herself ready. It say, "What? Gird up in the child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." So the elect won't depart. All right, man. So the elect, they won't depart from what wisdom taught them, from what their mother, wisdom, aka Sophia, taught them on how to please their husband, man, and what is required of them from their husband. See? All right. So with that, I say shalom.